editing Omi here, and just want to let y'all know this was supposed to be 2 separate videos, but I decided to merge them together because they were so short. Well, the first one was so short. So yeah, hope y'all enjoy. Please hit the like, comment, subscribe button. Let me know your favorite part of the video in the comments below, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day. Sorry, do you know where the trading cards are?
I think they're by the checkpoint, self-checkout.
Oh, by the front? Okay.
By self-checkout.
For sure. Thank you. There should be in the self-checkouts. They have nothing. Nada. Oh, they have some Digimon. Nope, fail. Looks like it wasn't a success, so let's go somewhere else. I'm not gonna lie, fellas, I don't think we're gonna find Pokemon cards. It sucks, dude, but that's just how it is. Maybe if I even find one booster package, dude, just anything, I'll buy it. But I'm like, I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh, here's the scalpers I came to. Sorry, I just drove past that. I didn't even know it was here. I'm not gonna show it, but damn. Alright, there's a lot more people here, but attempt 2 is at Walmart. Let's see. Let's see what they have. It is always so busy here. Oh, you know what? There's some Pokemon stuff. It's a battle deck. That's sick. I have 2 more stops that I want to try out. I was gonna try a third out, but my uncle's brother's on his way to check out my car because still having car issues, even though we fixed it. Life. I was gonna get a haircut too, but guess we're gonna have to hold off on that. Yeah. I'll start recording again at the next stops. Alright, second to last stop. Now there's a Target literally right in the same parking lot, so let's check it out. I'm not gonna lie, fellas, I haven't been in this Walmart forever. No, but they have Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, which is pretty dope. Nothing, another bus. Oh, actually, it was pretty sick. I'm gonna get one of these. Like, actually this time. Our final stop for the video, Target. Let's see what they got. Hopefully something, dude. Nothing. Oh well. Look at my Digimon stuff. All trading cards, accessories are non-refundable. Alright. So I know that I said the last Target was gonna be the last one, but this one for real. Let's see what they got. Nothing here. Damn, that sucks. So last Target was a flop. We went in, nothing. I asked one of the people working in like the toy department. I'm like, hey, do you guys have Pokemon cards? She's like, no. I checked right now. We don't know when the vendor comes in to put them, but we don't have any. But if you want, I'll give you a little advice. There's people that would hide Pokemon cards back there in the anime section. So if you want to check that out, maybe you'll find something. But from what I know, there's nothing. I'm like, oh, thank you for that advice. Let me go check it out. I went, nothing. I was even picking up like the weird, like the the very bottom of the display case, because you can lift it up and see what's under. I'm like, I saw videos and like that people are hiding and fighting Pokemon packs there. So I checked. There was nothing. So then I went to guest services. I'm like, hey, is there a way you could look up inventory for Pokemon cards? She was like, let me check. I don't really know much about Pokemon cards, but let me check real quick. I'm like, okay, thank you so much. She checks, everything's out of stock, every store. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. It's fine. And she's like, yeah, we don't know when the vendor comes in to put the Pokemon cards up, but like, we don't even know. Nobody in the Target knows, but there'll be customers that are lined up right next to the vendor waiting for him to put up everything. I'm just like, what the? So not even the Target employees know the vendor schedule, but freaking customers know the vendor schedule. I'm like, dude, come on. But yeah, let me get home and I'll show y'all what we got, even though it wasn't much. But yeah. All right, fellas, we made it home. Happens in life. I always wanted to make a little video about like hunting down. Like first it would have been Skylanders, right? But oh well, Skylanders fell off. It's gone now. So Pokemon cards are still going to be around for a while, I want to say. Let me show you what we got. It's literally just this. Oh look, dog reveal. Doo-doo-doo-doo. This is my Pokemon, Milky. We love him. We love Milky. But yeah. Although today was a big L, like I had fun doing it. Got to drive around my car again. That was cool. And yeah, so hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. It has been me, Omi VA, and as always, have a great day. Later. Oh, Milky, say bye. How's it going, guys? It's me, Omi VA, and look, I got a haircut. Had a little YouTube short about that. Let's see if I upload that. Welcome back to day 2 of Pokemon card hunting. Seeing if we can find anything in stores. I'm a little late. It's April 30th, Wednesday. It is 6:07 a.m. right now. But I'm a little late because I woke up and my stomach was not feeling good. I was supposed to be at Walmart like 10 minutes early before they open. So I'm probably gonna get there 15 minutes after they open. Hopefully, if they do have something in stock, it's there. And if not, oh well. But yeah, let's get into it. Let me show you what I find. Alright, first stop. Let's see if they have anything. Ooh, fellas. I was right there. I got a story to tell you. And it's wild that some of these people do this. But I'm right here. I'm right there at Walmart, as you saw. And I cut the video. But I cut the video because there was people waiting in line. And I was like, dude, the store just opened. I'm like, what the hell? And I started talking to these guys. These guys are a little odd, I guess. They're like they're chill, but they weren't really talkative. I guess they just keep to themselves. But I started talking to them, and I'm like, hey, so you guys waiting for Pokemon cards? Like, yeah, I'm waiting. Hopefully we find something. Like, give me one-word answers, right? But I was still asking questions, wanted to talk. I'm like, so why are you guys here on a Wednesday as opposed to any other day? He's like, oh, well, at this store they usually restock Wednesdays, so we're here waiting. And I'm like, oh, that's sick. And then I'm right here just chilling, going on my phone. Another guy comes up, an older gentleman. He's like, oh, he hasn't come yet. This guy's talking about, I like talking to this guy, but he hasn't come yet. Dude, last week there was a lady that literally would like fight everyone. I'm like, what the frick? It's like, yeah, there was a lady that I'm glad she's not here this week, because it looks like, because last week it was a whole issue and they had to get security, so now they're doing one SKU a person. So like one item for one individual item for a specific item for each person. And I'm like, oh, I love that, because that's like tamed. So I'm right there just waiting for 2 hours. I was trying to make conversation. The older gentleman was pretty interesting to talk to. The 2 young guys in front of me, they were not the most talkative, but they were very informative, even though they were kind of like, I asked him, I'm like, oh, what's the most you guys have ever walked with? He's like, one or 2 items. I'm like, oh, okay. And then quiet silence, right? And then I asked both of them, I'm like, so what do you guys collect? Or are you guys just trying to resell? And then the first guy, the one in the front of the line, he's like, oh, well, I collect half and I hoard the other half. I'm like, okay, well, that's your hobby, I can respect it. There's nothing wrong with it. So the second guy goes, oh, well, I'm just trying to collect prismatic evolutions. I saw Journey Together last week and I was not going to get that because I did not want that. I'm like, okay, that's valid. If you don't want it, why buy it? But at first, I felt like they were trying to scare me off or trying to tell me like, hey, don't waste your time. Because the second guy was like, yeah, you'll be lucky if you leave with even one item, if they even have something in stock. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. I got nothing better to do. I was Pokemon hunting anyways, and you guys are giving me a good amount of knowledge. He's like, yeah, it's limited one a person. 6:30 when I was sitting there, he was like, dude, it's gonna take like 2 hours, maybe finish around 9. I'm like, dude, I don't mind. I'm hunting. I literally just want something. And yeah, I feel like he was being informative, but the tone in his voice said, hey, get the fuck away from us. And I was just like, damn. So I'm right there waiting, having small talk, and I did find some stuff. I'm gonna show y'all that right now. But then after I bought those things, I talked to the vendor who put them up, and the vendor is all like, I asked him, I'm like, hey, how often do you come? Because these guys say you come like every now and then on Wednesday. He's like, yep, this store is usually my Wednesday days. I'll probably see y'all next week. I'm like, oh, that's good. Oh, look, where was I at? Oh, the vendor. I was talking to the vendor, and I'm talking to the vendor right there. I'm like, hey, so how is it working as a vendor? 'Cause I know trying to find Pokemon cards is hard, but how's dealing with customers on your end? And he's all like, it's just been a crazy mishap. And I'm like, yeah, I heard. I was talking to one of the guys, and one of the vendors that they know quit because of how fucking awful it is working as a vendor for Pokemon, for cards, period. And he's like, yeah, it's rough out here, but you know, it pays the bills. Like, it's not too bad right here at this store. It was last week because of the older lady that wanted everything. And then I'm like, oh, that's sick. Well, I started Pokemon collecting. I was hoping to make a YouTube channel, so that's why I'm here. So, I paid for my stuff because he was right there at the self-checkout stand. I'm like, okay, well, have a good day. Hopefully I see you next week. If you are here next Wednesday. He's like, yeah, man, have a good day. Hopefully see you soon. And that vendor was so nice. I feel like other vendors would be pricks. Like, he was telling everyone, like, oh, I'm over here. Or he was telling the first two guys, because they were the first two were asking about it. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna be at this store. I'm gonna be over here. And then yada yada yada. It's like, I'm gonna be over here. I start at 8 o'clock. I go in at 8 o'clock, so I'll probably finish restocking everything by 8:30, 9. I'm like, dude, this older gentleman, lovely fellow, dude. And I'm like, oh, I hope to see more of him. But yeah, I have a picture of the case he had, and it was a little bit of One Piece, a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, a little bit of Pokemon, and a lot of them were baseball cards. And I forgot to mention, the older gentleman collects football cards, and there's another guy that collects any sport. And I'm like, dude, this is sick. I like meeting people like that, but it's sad that this hobby has become what it is. Cause I'm right here trying to talk to the Pokemon guys, and they're just keeping to themselves. They're like not with it. I think they're just tired because they've been doing this, they said, for a couple months now. I literally just started. This is my first time I got lucky. Like, they even told me, the two guys were, I think that's another reason why I'm like, I feels like they were trying to scare me away. They was like, dude, they're not, sometimes the guy doesn't even show up. And I was like, okay, well, I'm still gonna wait. I'm just like, dude. But shout out the first two guys for being, at least answering my questions. Shout out the old guy for being very informative about football cards, because it's pretty dope. I might start collecting football cards. There was no football cards right there. There was all baseball cards when I went to the store at Walmart. So yeah, crazy. Apparently a lot of crazy mishap at that Walmart, and I'm like, I'm not surprised it's a Walmart. And we heard, everyone that was in line, we heard the vendor talk to the Walmart employee and was saying about how the Walmart employee was like, oh, what are you gonna do with the extra 4 boxes in the back? And the vendor was like, oh, we can't do anything with them. They don't want me, the manager doesn't want me to put it out. And all of us were like, what? Y'all can't put it out? What do you mean? Why? We're all waiting here. But I'm like, damn, that sucks. But I guess, yeah, the manager's trying to avoid conflict, and I don't blame them. All right, we made it home. Let me show y'all what I got. This is my little Pokemon corner right here. So let's see what more stuff we got to the collection. Bam! Found this there. Pretty cool. And then we also have, bam! Hobbs Zacian EX and Cleaver V-Star. Those. And then I got some little other things. Like, I got this, the little, like, the hard shell sleeves. And there's this other thing. Bam! I just got it because I had Roger. I really like One Piece. So yeah, this is the everything we have found there. This is what the vendor had put out, and we decided to buy this. There was Yu-Gi-Oh, there was Magic, but really Pokemon, and I just saw this, so I thought it was cool. Maybe I'll open that in another video. So yeah. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this little hunting, more like a haul, waiting for the vendor to put stuff up. But yeah, it has been me, OmniVA. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and as always, have a great day. Later.